Something just happened that directly affects every content creator using AI tools. Google announced at Google I/O 2026 that Gemini, their AI assistant, now integrates directly with Canva, Adobe, and CapCut.
This is not a small update. This is a fundamental shift in how content creators will work with AI going forward. In this video, I'm going to break down exactly what was announced, what each integration actually does, how the new workflow changes your content creation process, and what you need to watch out for. Let's get into it. First, let's talk about what actually happened and why it matters. Within just 4 days of Google I/O 2026, 3 of the biggest names in creative software all confirmed native integrations inside the Gemini app. Adobe confirmed their integration on May 20th, Canva confirmed on May 19th, and CapCut confirmed on May 21st. Now, to understand why this is significant, you need to understand the scale of Gemini. Google disclosed at I/O 2026 that Gemini now has over 900 million monthly active users across more than 230 countries. That is not a small user base. That is nearly 1 billion people using Gemini every single month. And now, 3 of the most widely used creative tools on the planet are plugged directly into that ecosystem. This move signals that Google does not see Gemini simply as a conversational chatbot. They see it as the central interface through which creators start and finish their entire content production workflow. Let's break down what each integration actually does, starting with Canva. Canva's integration with Gemini is designed for everyday creators, small business owners, marketers, and social media managers. Here's how it works in practice. You type @Canva directly inside the Gemini chat interface. From there, you can generate new designs using natural language prompts, search your existing Canva library, make edits to designs without leaving Gemini, and convert any Gemini-generated image into a fully editable Canva project with individual layers. That last part is important. The feature is called Magic Layers. When you generate an image in Gemini and bring it into Canva, every single element becomes editable separately. Text, backgrounds, shapes, everything in individual layers. You can fine-tune everything without starting from scratch. But the biggest feature for brand-conscious creators is this. Canva's brand kit is now native to Gemini. That means when you pull a Gemini-generated design into Canva, it automatically aligns with your pre-saved brand fonts, logos, and color palettes. No more spending an hour trying to make an AI-generated image look like it belongs to your brand. The system does it for you automatically. Canva has already rolled out integrations with Claude, ChatGPT, and Microsoft Copilot. Their arrival in Gemini makes Gemini the last major AI platform to gain that capability. The competitive pressure from all sides is real, and Canva is making sure they are everywhere. Now, let's talk about Adobe. Adobe's integration is more advanced, and it is built specifically for professional creators and creative teams. Unlike Canva's direct editing approach, Adobe's system inside Gemini is designed to work as a full creative agent. This means it doesn't just edit one thing. It can orchestrate tasks across multiple Adobe tools simultaneously. We're talking Photoshop, Illustrator, Premiere Pro, and more, all coordinated from inside a single Gemini conversation. Adobe CEO Shantanu Narayan described it this way. The partnership combines Adobe's creative DNA with Google's AI models to usher in a new era of creative expression for both creators and creative professionals. For professional video editors, designers, and marketing teams, this removes an enormous amount of workflow friction. Instead of opening 5 different applications and moving files between them, you coordinate the entire project through conversation. The Adobe integration is also backed by Google Cloud and Vertex AI. That means enterprise teams can customize the AI models with their own brand data to ensure consistency across all outputs. Now let's cover CapCut. And this one is particularly relevant for short-form video creators. CapCut has long been the go-to video editing app for YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, and TikTok creators. Its combination of powerful features and a low learning curve has made it one of the most popular editing tools in the short-form space. Now, CapCut is bringing all of that directly into Gemini. With the CapCut integration, you can trim footage, add transitions, apply video effects, and auto-generate captions, all using simple text commands inside Gemini. Think about what that means practically. You shoot your footage. You go into Gemini. You type what you want. CapCut's engine handles the edit. No manual timeline editing. No jumping between apps. For creators who publish multiple times per week, this kind of automation is significant. The time saved on editing alone could double your publishing frequency without adding extra work. One important note for creators outside the United States. CapCut remains banned in India under Section 69A of the Information Technology Act due to national security concerns related to its parent company, ByteDance. Users in India will not be able to access the CapCut integration within Gemini. So let's put this all together and talk about what the new workflow actually looks like for a content creator. Before these integrations, your workflow looked something like this. You generate an idea or image in Gemini. You download it. You open Canva in a separate tab. You redesign or adjust it. You export it. You open CapCut in another app. You edit your video. You export again. You upload. That is 5 to 6 separate steps across multiple applications, each with its own loading time, interface, and learning curve. Now the workflow collapses into a single interface. You open Gemini. You generate your concept. You type at Canva to design it. You type at CapCut to edit your video. You publish. For YouTube Shorts creators, Instagram Reels creators, and TikTok creators, this removes the single biggest friction point in content creation: context switching between applications. This is also how Gemini is now directly competing with ChatGPT's plugin and GPT ecosystem. But there is a key difference. Canva, Adobe, and CapCut are tools that hundreds of millions of creators already use every day. ChatGPT's integrations have been more focused on business and developer tools. Google has found a creative gap and moved directly into it. There's one important thing you need to know before you jump into these integrations. On May 17, 2026, just days before these creative integrations launched, Google changed how Gemini's usage limits work. Previously, Gemini used a fixed quota system. You had a certain number of messages or generations per day, and that was it. Google replaced that system with compute-based usage limits. Under the new system, your limit is determined by how much computational power your prompts consume, not just how many prompts you send. This means that a simple text question uses very little of your limit. But generating an image, then editing it in Canva, then creating a video in CapCut, that chain of actions will consume significantly more of your daily compute budget. For paid Gemini subscribers, limits reset every 5 hours up to a weekly ceiling. For free users, this means you need to be strategic. Do not waste your compute on simple tasks you could do manually. Save the AI horsepower for the high-value creative work where these integrations actually save you significant time. So what should you do right now? If you are already using Canva, go into Gemini and connect your Canva account today. Test the Magic Layers feature with one design this week. See how your brand kit integrates automatically. If you use Adobe tools professionally, explore the Creative Agent workflow. Start with one project, maybe a social media campaign, and run the entire thing through Gemini and Adobe. If you are a short-form video creator using CapCut, watch for the full rollout of the Gemini integration. No confirmed release date has been given beyond coming soon, but the direction is clear. And regardless of which tools you use, pay attention to your compute usage under the new Gemini limits. Build habits that maximize the value of each session. This is the direction AI is heading in 2026 and beyond. Not individual tools that do individual tasks. but unified creative workspaces where a single interface orchestrates your entire production workflow. The creators who understand this shift early and build their systems around it will have a significant advantage over those who are still jumping between 5 different apps to create one piece of content. I've put together a set of AI prompts specifically designed for content creators who want to build faster, more efficient AI workflows. The link is in the description below. Subscribe for weekly AI updates like this one. Every week, I break down the most important AI news for creators in plain language with no hype. And drop a comment below. Which of these 3 integrations are you most excited to use? Canva, Adobe, or CapCut? Let me know, and I'll cover whichever one gets the most votes in next week's video.